Hello everybody and happy Friday. I think I'm going to post this late tonight. It'll be late Friday night, assuming it'll upload in time. Upload times are taking a long time because I basically have third world internet out here, even in America, and things are taking slow. So you're going to see this probably pretty late or possibly even early, maybe super early Saturday, but we'll see. Anyway, I wish you all a wonderful weekend whenever you see this. And also just wanted to take a moment and thank you all so much for just overall comments are always overwhelmingly positive in this channel. More so than most places, especially with the internet in mind. It's so cool, and I've never really mentioned this before. I might have alluded to it, but what I think is really cool, and this is something my parents have mentioned too, is that there's actual people that talk to each other in the comments. Like there's like threads of conversation within the comment section, a community, if you will, which is really, really cool. And something you don't see for most channels, I would imagine. So thank you for that. It's really cool. It's neat that there is just groups of people that know each other through these videos. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and finish up, or not finish actually. This is probably the second to the last video. There's so many questions, which is wonderful. This is going on much longer than I thought. So wouldn't it be funny if we reach the next subscriber milestone while we're still answering questions from the previous milestone? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So next question, despite the trust you guys share, is there anything Cinnabon is still wary of? Yes. Vacuum cleaner for sure. Random loud noises. If I'm preheating the oven, I'll freak out sometimes. Yeah, and little things like that. If I make a sudden movement, sometimes if I'm not thinking, he'll freak out. Gave him a good brushing today. Yeah. Are you and Cinnabon going to be millionaires from your YouTube channel? Well, probably not, but you never know. Let's see, next question. What shows are you binging on during the quarantine? Not really a whole lot of shows. I would have to say a little bit of Better Call Saul. I think they resumed season 5, so I need to watch those. A lot of movies, though. I recently rewatched episode 9, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, came out on Blu-ray. And I mentioned this, you'll probably see this in a future video when I talk about it more, but unfortunately it doesn't get better. I liked it at first, just like I liked The Last Jedi, and then I saw it again, and it was okay. It was still good, and then I watched it again, and I wasn't a big fan. So, hey, buddy. You didn't really watch that with me, did you? Oh, you were just kind of chilling. So not really a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies. I'm more of a movie person, but I do enjoy TV shows. I need to finish Breaking Bad. I'm halfway through that. I haven't, and that's years ago. I just kind of randomly stopped. I need to get back into the swing of that. Yeah, you want to watch Breaking Bad with me, buddy? Yeah, that'd be fun, I think. You gotta be tired, mister. You gotta be tired. I'm surprised you're meowing at me like that. You gotta be tired. We just did playtime. You were outside for a while. Yeah. You gonna hop in your chair, buddy? You gonna hop in your chair? Or do you want me to pet you? Want me to pet you for a little bit? What a good boy. What a good kitty. Yeah, what a nice kitty you are. Yeah, what a good kitty. I should have printed these questions out, but I don't really have a printer. No. That's what work is for. Hi. Hello. Did your vet tell you Cinnabon is a TNR cat, which is trap, neuter, release? That's why the tip of his ear is missing. TNR means trap, neuter, spay, and return. The tip of the ear is cut to identify fixed feral cats. Yep, I did a little bit of Googling, and people at work that were into cats told me about this. And a lot of people ask in the comments, why is his ear tipped? And that's because Cinnabon at one point was abandoned / feral and was captured, and humanely so brought to the vet, and then they fixed him and marked his ear like that, so if he's caught again, people can clearly see that he's already been captured and fixed. The concept behind that is that you release the animal back into the wild so they can live out the rest of their life without reproducing and creating cats in the same situation. Yeah, it's a humane way to control feral cat populations. So that's what that is. So yeah, yep, I'm definitely aware of that, but thanks for bringing it up. And the vet mentioned it too, because I kind of asked her for clarification on that. How has Cinnabon reacted to you staying at home because of Corona, if at all? Really not a whole lot. I work from home occasionally, but I still have to go in. I was deemed an essential employee, and we do have folks at my company that work in the infrastructure industry, specifically civil. So we're still out there, and the folks that are actually boots on the ground still need my help with IT and that kind of thing. So it is nice to have a job for sure, but a lot of folks say or assume I have a lot of free time to do more videos. I don't. Work has been more busy just because more people working from home require my support, and from a professional standpoint, of course. Can Cinnabon have a sleepover at mine? Oh, that would be fun. If only. Maybe. How is Cinnabon with you on the daily? What's his routine? Does he spend a lot of time indoors, outdoors, or equal? It depends on the time of year. It's getting nicer finally, so he's outside maybe half the time, but it really depends. In the winter, he's inside a lot more. He's almost always in at night. He sleeps in my bed, which is really cute. As far as on the daily, I mean, you pretty much see it in the video. I wake up, he wants out, or he plays. We usually play, maybe it's short playtime in the morning. He gets his wet cat food. He's eating his dry food now. There's a little bit wet left. You've seen it in most of the videos, so. How's your house with Cinnabon fur? Is he shedding? Well, yeah, he's starting to shed now, and I brushed him earlier and got a couple big gobs of hair out of him. But yeah, you just get used to it with cats. I'm not allergic, so it doesn't really bother me. Next question. Do you see other outdoor cats around your house? Oh yeah, quite often. The black cat most frequently. I've seen an orange cat. I believe that's across the street neighbor cat. Once. That was in an older video. There's a Siamese cat I haven't seen in a while. There's a huge blue cat. Looks like a 25-pound cat. And a handful of black cats, which I mentioned. That's pretty much all the cats I've seen. It's a fairly regular occurrence. Not counting Cinnabon, of course. What's Cinnabon's routine? I just pretty much already answered that question. You've seen it in the videos. It's pretty basic. Which is good. We're all creatures of habit, right? How has Cinnabon made you a better person? That's a good question. Made me more empathetic towards, I would say, less fortunate individuals or people in need. Maybe more sympathetic towards people who need a helping hand, and made me think of such things as less of a burden, more of a responsibility, and really a duty. And if you're in a good position, you should utilize that to help those who need a little extra lift, right? I think that's probably the best I can think of. That's probably the biggest thing. A lot more empathetic. That comes with age too, and maturity, I think, more than anything. But also to experience that, right, little buddy? Yeah. I don't know how longer you would have lived if you didn't run into this house. You picked the right house. And the right daddy. Would it not be easier to leave a window open so you don't have to keep opening and closing windows and doors for him? Well, perhaps in like a warmer climate, and for security reasons, that you generally don't recommend leaving a window open. However, this time of year, it's starting to warm up, but we haven't gone through April yet. I just remembered earlier. Oh my goodness, it's April. Earlier in the video, I think it's like April 3rd right now, and I think I talked about it as if it was March, so I'm behind. So yeah, I generally don't want to leave a window open in the summer. I don't even generally leave them open in the summer. I mean, sometimes I do, but it just depends, I suppose. It is kind of nice to get some fresh air. How have you handled this coronavirus scare mentally, and have you heard about the metal band Wasp? I think I've heard of Wasp. There's a guy at work that is into sort of more obscure metal bands. I believe he's mentioned that to me. He probably sent me a link. I don't know if I've listened to much, if at all, but I'm sure it's probably something I would enjoy. As far as handling the coronavirus scare mentally, the worst part of it for me is the effect of it so far, not so much the virus itself. I mean, rightfully so, people are reacting to it. Not harshly, but also I don't like that I can't go out, and I understand why I can't. But it is nice just to go to the restaurants and bars. I enjoy that, really, at least with other people, like happy hour. Really like that, and I just kind of miss doing that. Yeah, I miss going out, having a few drinks with coworkers and some dinner. But you know, we just need to tough it out for a month or two, and then life will resume. So that's probably the toughest part for me. Mentally, though, it's not bad. Stay inside more. I've always been more of an introvert anyway, overall. But it is nice for a blend. I'm really looking forward to things settling down. Yeah, I bet you are too, huh? Have you met anyone? Hello. Have you met anyone or run into anyone, viewers from your channel? I haven't, that I know of in person, except for people that know me and have seen it or heard about it from other people and mentioned it. But as far as random people from the street, not really. That happens to my brother quite often, but not so much me, and at least not yet. It's happened before when I was in some of my brother's videos that got a lot of notoriety. I have had people that know me from various online forums and stuff that I've found out and have, by chance. No one really has come up to me, as far as I know. I get people stare at me a lot. That could just be, just people stare at me. I don't know why. It kind of bothers me. Like people at restaurants, like, I don't know what's going on, but they stare at me sometimes, and I'm just like, what? Kind of weird. I'm pretty observant. I know some people look at me all the time. Or maybe they're not. Maybe it's all in my head. Lex, your channel has a lot of fans all over the world. Have you ever thought about it to make a world map and make dots in it so you can make it visible where all of Cinnabon's fans are living? That's really, really cool. It reminds me of a terrible story. Oh, I shouldn't even say it, but whatever. I'll say it. So, as far as answering the question, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's a great idea. I could probably do it digitally. Perhaps that would be fun. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. If I get a world map, just put pins in it, kind of. And an inappropriate story time, so I'll still say it like a PG rating. But this person I know, they're a little bit rougher. They're a contractor and really funny person just to hang out with. And he went to a school that was very diverse. And then by diverse, I mean people from all over the world, different ethnic backgrounds, what have you. And he got around, so to speak. So he had a world map, and he would put a pin per the different women that he had been with, from like as far as which country they were from. So that was kind of interesting. So that question reminded me of that. So sorry for sharing that dirty story, but whatever. Welcome to the internet if you don't like that. When will you make merchandise for us, Cinnabon's fans? Well, one of my goals for this year was to have some merchandise out this year. I'm not sure if that's going to happen with the world situation. I do have somebody working on a design for sure. There will be t-shirts. Don't know if this is going to be the year or not. It would be cool. I have some t-shirt ideas. I don't want to share those because I just, I hate to promise something and it doesn't come to fruition. But for sure t-shirts, and it'll be basic stuff like that for now. I have some funny ideas, and there are designs being worked on. So it's in the works. When? I don't know, but it'll happen eventually. Does Cinnabon stay close to the house when you let him out? I think so. I'm pretty sure he stays probably within hearing distance, because usually when I yell out for him, like, hey, buddy, come inside, he'll be back shortly. But sometimes I know he goes off the property because neighbors mention seeing him around. But he stays nearby, I'm pretty sure. But who really knows? It'd be interesting to know for sure. Yeah. Where do you go, buddy? Where do you go? You can only guess. If you would have a girlfriend, would Cinnabon be jealous? That's a good question. When people hear he's okay, doesn't really freak out. But I don't. As far as being jealous, I don't know. Probably not. He does love attention though, but he gets a lot of attention too, especially when other people are over. They always want it. Like, he kind of is the star of the show. What made you decide to start making these videos featuring you and Cinnabon? Well, initially I have no idea, because I would just post some of the videos I posted, early ones, I never intended to share, but I thought they were interesting. But my channel at the time, a year or two ago, was mostly guns, but I still posted Cinnabon's videos. I thought they were interesting. I thought some people would like them, but it really took a long time for them to get to be noticed, and it wasn't really my intent for them to be so noticed so much. But one of them went viral, where Cinnabon walks in the house for the first time, and it was trending, and so many people were asking for updates, and they really enjoyed the videos of me explaining, like, hey, what's this cat up to these days, that I decided to do more, and just it sort of evolved progressively into people wanting more content. So I kind of went a little too overboard at first and posted really low quality videos, like 4 a day, that were just single takes and not great. So I put a little more effort into them in editing and sound and that kind of thing, and cutting things together better, and having a little bit longer videos, less frequent, usually at least 1 a day. And I'm trying to do more just to help people with the whole crisis thing going on, so they have more stuff to watch. I know people appreciate that. I do my best to deliver. So that's definitely, it was very progressive, but people really like the content. I got a lot of positive feedback, and that motivated me to make more content. And I think Cinnabon enjoys it too. Maybe. Hello, Lex and Cinnabon. Are you on self-quarantine as well? Not self-quarantine. I still have to work, so I'm really not in quarantine at all. If I have to go somewhere, I have to have a reason to go. And if it's not work, I have a voucher to where I can travel. So no, not really. I wouldn't really mind being in quarantine, but I'm not, unfortunately. I still got to work, but hey, at least got a job, right? Got to be thankful for that. Lex, have you considered making a screen and patio? Like when it's raining or times you don't want him outside? Maybe he would be okay with being in a screen and patio. Maybe with a cat tree. Yeah, that's called a catio. And I've seen a few plans for those, and I'm trying to think of a good way to do that for my setup. There really isn't a good way to, but maybe. He does have his little house out there. You can see a little bit of it over there. And he can use that, but he really seems to, when it rains, for some reason, he prefers to go under the deck instead of that little house, which is interesting to me. Yeah, why do you do that, buddy? That's kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's very strange, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. When Cinnabon is at the back door wanting to go inside your home, do you hear him meowing a lot to notify you when he wants in? Or do you just happen to see him sitting there if you're going on that level of your home? He used to meow a lot outside, and that was before I let him in a lot more than I do now. Now, when he wants in, I let him in regardless, and if he wants out, I let him out. You want to go out downstairs in the basement, buddy? But he doesn't meow that much anymore when he's over there, unless he sees me. So if it's late at night and he's not back, I'll check quite often until he's there, or I'll hear a noise. But I wish he would meow or something, and I've heard of that you can make little bells or something, like a doorbell for him, which would be kind of funny. But generally, I just check. If I get like a feeling he's around, I check. Does Cinnabon make biscuits? I've seen some cats who make mean biscuits. He certainly does. You don't see it all the time. He used to do it more, but I think he's just, I don't know if cats outgrow that or not. Would you ever consider taking Cinnabon to a pet psychic? I'm sure I wouldn't. I used to watch that show as a kid. It was really funny. Yeah, I don't think I would. It would be interesting, but I'm pretty sure most of that stuff is BS, with some exceptions, I'm sure, like in the movie Ghost. Yeah. I can't remember ever hearing how he came up with his name. Has it anything to do with cinnamon? A little bit. So I mentioned this show already in this video, Better Call Saul. The guy works, the main character works at a Cinnabon, the restaurant, like a little mall airport restaurant. And I for some reason saw that with the logo and the cinnamon rolls, and for some reason Cinnabon's coloring and marbling or whatever kind of reminded me of that. It was like the white tip on his tail, like the frosting in the top. So cinnamon roll, Cinnabon, I bet they call him Cinnabon, but it's Cinnabon after the restaurant store or whatever, storefront. So that's where he got the name from, mainly the show Better Call Saul. So Cinnabon, it was a weird name. People thought it was kind of funny, and it's a longer name, but it stuck. Isn't that right, Cinnabon? Yeah, your name stuck. And whenever people ask what his name is, they say Cinnabon. They're like, oh, Cinnamon? No, Cinnabon. Oh, Cinnabon. I'm like, no. So it is an unusual name, but it's fun. We will do one more question. Hi, if Cinnabon was a superhero or a supervillain, who would he be? My goodness, I think I've answered this one before, or it was a Star Wars character question. Superhero, I would say Master Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He looks kind of like a supervillain. I don't know. Cinnabon, hey buddy. What supervillain would you be, huh? Scar from The Lion King, perhaps? Yeah, that's the best one I can think of. And the cut ear kind of is a scar in a way. So, anyway, that's going to wrap up this Q&A. I'm going to have one more part of this, and it's going to be very short. I only have like 10 questions left. So we'll do another Q&A, and if you want, you can post questions in this video, and I can answer them in the next one, and then that's going to be closed for questions for a while. But yeah, go ahead. If you guys have any more questions, post them in this video, okay? In the comment section, and I'll add them to my list. Maybe we'll have to do 2 more parts after this. We'll see. Anyway, well, it's time for me to go edit this video and post it, so y'all see it tonight. Anyway, thank you all again so much for watching, and I hope you're all safe out there. I know we all have to make some sacrifices and lifestyle changes, so we just get through it, and hopefully in a month or 2 or whatever, however long it takes, we'll be back in action. So talk to y'all later. Cinnabon, you're not done cleaning, are you? Want to say bye-bye to everybody? Say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Look, I got your tongue, huh? Oh, guess not. See you later.